Good afternoon or good morning. My name is Patty Noonan. I'm the Director of Sales, and I'm on with my colleague today, Pat Gagnon, who is the Director of Development. And we'll be hosting the presentation today. Welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time out today to learn about this updated certification program that we have to offer. So the objectives today, first we'll talk about who the CTIE is geared for. Then we'll talk about the benefits of the CTIE certification. Pat's going to jump in at that point and talk a little bit about the coursework and how we've developed this brand new online program. I'll talk a little bit about the testing and then your next steps after you've received your certification. So let's go ahead and begin. Again, this is a brand new program. We're really excited about it. As you may notice up in the top left-hand corner, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. So we wanted to take some of our more popular certification programs and bring them up to date, put them online, and revamp them and give them a whole new look. So we're launching our brand new CTC and our CTIE as of February 3rd will be the official launch date. So who is the CTIE for? Well, I mentioned the CTA and the CTC are really geared towards travel professionals who are dealing with clients and selling travel. The CTIE is really focused more on leadership skills. We really wanted to bring this in, whether you actually have staff underneath you or you work with a team of people, the leadership skills can apply really to anyone. I think that it's really important for anyone who takes their career seriously to continually be looking for ways to develop professionally. And we're in an industry where you don't just okay, I know everything and that's it. You constantly have to be updating and honing your skills. It just never ends. It's just an industry that things are changing constantly, and that's really one of the more attractive things about this industry, is that it is constantly changing, and you need to be constantly changing and developing new skills and learning new things. And this certification is really for folks. It could be for suppliers, it could be for hotel folks, people in the car industry, convention and visitor bureaus, really anyone out there who is a travel professional and just wants to develop more skills and invest in themselves and invest in your personal development. So some of the benefits of earning your CTIE is walking the walk, showing your colleagues, showing your management that you're very serious about your career and that you take it seriously, and to have the credentials behind it. It's like having a college degree. It's nice to have these credentials, not only for your colleagues and your peers, but also to show your clients that you've taken the time to invest in yourself and you've taken the time and put in what it takes to earn this professional development. And I think that it inspires people around you to do the same thing. Lead by example. I think that's one of the most important things you can do as you grow in your profession, is leading by example and being a great role model for, again, your peers and other professionals in the business. And these are credentials that are recognized throughout the industry. Again, we've been around. We're celebrating our 50th anniversary, so we've been around since 1964. So these credentials have been around for a long time, and people recognize them out there. Learning how to meet the demands of this ever-changing business environment. Again, things change so quickly. Pat and I were just talking on the phone before we started the presentation, and just the internet and the changes that have come up. I think back to just 10 years ago, and and what we didn't have and what we have today. So it's just so important to stay on top of things and to learn. And the other great thing is that we've curated the best of the best here in this brand new format that we're going to be introducing to you. So you're learning from some of the best folks in the industry, and even some folks not in the industry. We've really tapped into a lot of different talent out there.
I just wanted to start out to say that as we started out to think about how we wanted to revise and update our CTIE, we knew we wanted to make both the content and the delivery method adapt to how people best learn today. And that's far different than 5 years ago, 4 years ago, or probably even last year. So we wanted to create a new program that had multimedia components, one that would be accessible 24/7, and that led us to what I like to call a blended learning model that incorporates, by the way, all new material, and it gives different ways of learning. And as you can see here, the new CTIE coursework consists of online courses that are engaging, they're interactive. It also includes white papers, downloadable white papers that are written by subject matter experts both inside and outside the industry. And it also includes a series of interviews and about leadership with some pretty accomplished authors and presenters. And like I say, it's all available 24/7 in our learning management system, what we call Communiversity, which some of you may already be familiar with if you're premium members. So now let's take a look at each one of these three components and dig down a little deeper. On this next slide, you can see the online courses that I mentioned. They're available whenever you want to access them, whether it's morning, noon, or evening, 24/7. They all have a very consistent format that makes for a better learning experience. They're easy to follow. No more of those static print or PDF courses that could go out of date pretty quickly. These are all up to date and updated as needs to happen. Each of the online courses is about 30 minutes in length. And if you can't devote that much time in one sitting, you have the ability to bookmark the online courses, save your place, skip from section to section, etc. There's also quizzes throughout, so you can reinforce and better remember what you've learned. And most, if not all of them, come with materials that you can also download and print out, so you can kind of preserve in print format if you want some of the key points of each of them. Now on this next screen, we're going to list what we call the 10 core courses that are the kind of the core or the main components of the CTIE. We specifically look for titles that had a nice mix of content that all leaders or aspiring leaders would benefit from, so I won't read them all off, but you can see from decision making to communication to time management, all sorts of things. Whether you're a leader of a large agency or organization or a small agency, or if you're a manager wanting to get to more of a leadership capacity, or even if you're working independently, which certainly a lot of our members do, and you need to kind of lead your business to success, these are all courses that are definitely going to help you do it. Now on the next screen, you can see that in addition to the 10 core courses, we also have a selection of other courses to supplement your learning. We have 12 other courses that further all have to do with different aspects of leadership. So in total, you're going to be getting 22 hand-picked, hand-selected courses specifically about leadership. Now on the next screen, let's kind of look at what a sample course is going to look like. They're very interactive. They're very easy to navigate. They all have audio. And although you can't really see what they mean, there are icons at the bottom of each of these screens. And that lets you, as I mentioned before, download a summary of the key points in that course. You have the ability to enter some notes as you go that you can go back to and refer to. And your basic kind of navigation tools that let you go forward, back, or just wherever you want to land, you can find it. Now on the next screen, as I mentioned, we have several downloadable white papers that are also part and parcel of the CTIE program. And I just listed 4 examples here that I thought were particularly good. I love the one that says the leadership world, do not be afraid. And that's a particularly interesting white paper. But we have several white papers. They range anywhere from maybe 5 pages to 20 pages. And again, we kind of cast a wide net and gathered together from both industry people and non-industry people the best that we could find to kind of supplement your learning. Now the third part of the program is the presentations and interviews with a lot of names you may recognize. And again, we keep reinforcing this, but all about being the most effective leader that you can be. And these are just 3 examples of those. And these are there. You're going to have 12 months to complete your program. And I guarantee some of these presentations and interviews you see are ones that you're going to go back and listen to or look at again and again. And I say that because there's a couple that I particularly like that I've gone back and listened to more than once. And I'm just going to give you a couple examples. On the next screen, you'll see this one with Ken Blanchard. And I think a lot of people are going to recognize the name Ken Blanchard. He's pretty well known. And he's one of the more interesting interviews that we have in the program. And he talks a lot about self-leadership, self-awareness, and just building an effective team and leading an organization. The next example we have is, I believe this one, as I recall, is only about 3 or 4 minutes long. And this is by Colin Powell. And this is one of those I referenced that I have listened to more than once because it is so succinct and it is just so interesting, talking about trust being the most essential part of being an effective leader. And this is one I particularly liked. And again, I just wanted to show you those 2 examples of what you're going to get for a video. And those basically are the components of the coursework of the new CTIE. And I'm going to let Patty take over now and kind of give a summary and tell you a little bit more about the program.
Thanks, Pat. Yes, we're really excited. The new look, it's so fresh and it's so user-friendly. And I think by using these 3 different resources, the online courses, which, as Pat mentioned, we call this an evergreen library. So the course materials are updated on a regular basis and they never go out of date. So that's a great new benefit of bringing this whole certification to an online format. And then, of course, the white papers, as we get in new white papers, a lot of these are written by our own people. They give us the permission for them to be circulated. So when we get new white papers or something that might make might be more up to date or current, we'll be able to switch those out as well. And then, of course, the interviews and presentations are very entertaining and informative. So, you know, gathering these leaders inside and outside of the industry, it just makes it just very engaging for you, and I think you'll find it very interesting. So we'll talk a little bit about testing. I know everybody it's been a long time since we've all been in school, for most of us. So the testing, similar to what we do on all of our programs, the testing is all online, and you do need to have a proctor. It's a 5-part, multiple essay questions. It's we actually will be giving you 10 essay questions, and you can choose the 5 that you feel the most confident in addressing. And again, we're not asking for real specific stuff. We're looking for ways that you can apply the concepts that you've learned and use them in a practical application. So it really is, it's very free-flowing, and I think that you'll find that most of the essay tests will relate to something that you can address specifically. You can kind of tie it in to your own experience. So So don't be concerned about the testing. And then as part of the final criteria, once you've passed the test, 70% being the minimum, we also request a 2,000 to 3,000 word white paper, and it can be on the topic of your choice. Pat and I usually recommend that you write about something that will help you going forward, or maybe help you to meet some of your goals in the future. And then lastly, you need to have 5 years travel industry experience. Now, one of the things, you do not have to have any other certification to earn your CTIE. So you do not have to be a CTA in order to sign up for your CTIE, but you do have to have a minimum of 5 years travel industry experience. So once you graduate, we're here, well, the staff at the Travel Institute, we're all coaches and mentors. So we're here for our members and our folks that are earning their credentials. We're here all the time for you. So if you need any assistance at all, don't be afraid to reach out to us. But in addition, we're going to be sending out a quarterly newsletter. Oftentimes we'll be including another course maybe that we found, so your education doesn't stop. We'll be looking at the latest articles and research and sharing that information with you. We will be doing blogs. We'll be reaching out to you as you're going through the certification progress. Not that we're going to be stalking you, but we will be reaching out just to see how you're doing. We'll make white papers available as they come up. We're going to be doing some podcasts. Pat's become quite the podcast producer, so that's something new that we've added to our educational repertoire. So you can look forward to some interesting podcasts. Webinars, we have a program, it's our Professional Educators Program, which we launched a year ago, and these are friends of the Travel Institute, people who believe in professional development, believe in education, and really support our mission. And they donate their time. They do very informative webinars. They do blogs on Friday afternoons. So these are people, well-respected people in the industry who, again, support what we do and provide some great content that we'll pass along to you. And then any other training opportunities that come up, if we've got guest speakers or we put together some sort of a special forum, we'll be bringing that information to you as well. So again, keeping with the concept, you're never done learning. So we're going to really do a great job in kind of keeping you informed as you go through the CTIE and after you've earned your credentials. So I know you're all ready to sign up. So here's what you need to do. You visit thetravelinstitute.com, our website, which has a whole new look and feel if you haven't been there lately. Through January 31st, we are offering a 15% increase, 15% discount. As you'll notice, there has been no price increase. So we are offering the same price, $4.95, that we always have for the CTIE. And even though it's all fresh and new and online, no price increase there. But until January 31st, if you sign up, you get a 15% discount. Members, if you're a member, you get an additional 10% off. And we have a 12-month interest-free payment plan that a lot of people take advantage of, which makes it very, very affordable. So with that, here's our contact information, and as I mentioned, we're here at the Travel Institute to help you. If you've got any questions regarding, which certification is right for you or what your next steps are, if you've got some career questions, we're very happy to help you out. So Pat's email is there, my email is there. Well, again, thank you all so much for joining Pat and I today. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn about this very exciting new certification program. And I look forward to welcoming you all to the program. And again, feel free to pop Pat or I an email if